fall is here and more people are hitting the road to see the colors change and visiting the pumpkin patches. But before you get on the road, Shahei of Mazvo is sitting crooked but talking straight to us about car safety. How are you doing, good sir?
I'm doing great, Brad. How about you?
You know what? I'm definitely ready to go. I've been getting the car checked out, but here goes some tips that we definitely got to go over that are not just about our cars,
Yes.
but in general about getting out on the road as we travel around. And let's start off. One is about being the last minute traveler. What's that mean, and what is a last minute traveler?
Last minute traveler is basically neglecting the car, thinking you know you're supposed to do the oil change and have everything serviced, but then the last minute you decide, let's go up north or let's go somewhere, and then now you're panicking to find a repair shop or someone that's going to get you in to look at the vehicle over to make sure it's safe for the road. So you can be your own first line of defense and start checking the fluids, tire pressures, make sure that the battery, wiper blades, and we've discussed this before, make sure your battery, if it's 3 years or 2 years older, make sure you get it replaced. You don't want to get stuck, especially if you go up north and ambient pressure and temperature goes into shock. Fluid levels, the owner's manual will tell you everything. So first and foremost, do some diligent testing and checking yourself, and then get it into a repair shop to make sure, hey, I'm going to drive. I want to make sure everything's okay before you leave, way ahead of time.
Yeah, I like that. Can I also throw this in there? Took a trip
I'm
2
sorry,
weeks.
I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. You taught me this, and let's make sure people understand this. All because you took a trip 2 weeks ago doesn't mean the car is not working now, correct?
That is correct. That's absolutely correct. Things change, dynamics change. It's all about mileage. People say, oh, it's been X amount of months, but how many miles did you drive? If the car was parked and not driven, nothing's going to change. It's about mileage. So if you drive 3,000, 5,000 miles a month, then you're putting a lot of wear and tear. You got to be on top of it.
All right, there you go. Okay, let's talk about stop staring at the color changes.
Yeah, exactly. All right, when we go up north, it's beautiful, whether it's Sedona or Prescott or Flagstaff. The leaves are changing, and we're mesmerized at the beautiful colors, but we forget that when the wind blows those leaves, they fall in the piles on the road. What happens? Those piles cover potholes and cracks. So you're driving along, you think, oh, it's just leaves, I'll drive over it. Don't do that. Avoid driving through puddles of leaves because there could be a pothole hidden under there, number one. Number two, with moisture weather, ambient changing, cooler weather, 40 degrees, 50 degrees, those leaves, piles of leaves, become wet and moist. Well, when a tire goes over it, you have no traction. It's like slip and slide. So you want to avoid driving through leaves and focus on the road rather than the beautiful colors change.
So, okay, this is the one that people don't want to hear about, but that is watch out for critters.
Yes, absolutely. Critters are essential, especially through Prescott and up to Flagstaff and even Sedona. Deer crossing is major. Between September and November, you are more likely to hit a critter, more likely a deer, 3.5 times more than you would normally when it's not their season. So September through November is their season. It's their mating season. So make sure, watch the sign. When it says watch for deer crossing, just slow down and pay attention. You might get a good look in a picture rather than hit them.
Yes, and my father was known for hitting deer through Michigan. So he zooming through there, and also the little critters, you can't be scared of them. You got to be, it's not your fault they ran out in the road, so don't take it personally. So yeah,
absolutely, and invest in the deer whistle that you can remove and reinstall. They're very inexpensive. You mount them on the front of the bumper, it'll whistle it, and it'll make them go away.
So and you know what? I know this is not on our list, but can I ask you, are you allowed to keep the deer after you hit it? Do you know? Are you allowed to?
No.
You're not?
No, you're supposed to pull over and put it into a safe area and make the phone call.
Oh wow, you can't throw it in the back and bring it home. Oh, Michigan you can.
No.
That's what I love about Shahei. Like, we can ask him questions. He's like, no, Brad, don't do that. So
no, Brad, that guy. Oh, I'll give you a side tidbit. God forbid if you do hit a deer, they're something in their organisms. I've heard that if you hit them and they're in shock, fear, it almost like a spleen pops and it becomes poison. So you can't even eat it.
Oh wow, I didn't know. So there you go, side tip there. All right. With that said. We'd also need to check something like we check for flat tires, and that's our attitude, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Don't neglect tires are crucial. They're the shoes, and you can't run barefoot forever. So make sure the tread is good. Make sure the tire age is good. We've preached this a million times, and I can't say it enough. Any tire that is 5 years or older, irregardless of how thick the tread is, must be replaced. The National Highway Safety Association preaches that as well, because 78% of fatalities in a collision on the highway are due to a blown tire that is due to a dry rotted tire. So make sure that you check your tires, your spare as well, and be diligent. You know, do a dry run. You might say, I have AAA, it's okay. When's the last time you checked your spare tire to see how good it is? When's the last time you checked to see if the lug nut is there or the wrench? Heck, even do it for fun. Try and replace it, see how long it takes. Time yourself, have fun, crack open a beer, but make sure that you're diligent, that you are being safe more than just ignoring.
I like it. You know, Shai, I know you had a couple more for us that we could check out at your website with doing stuff. But I do want people to mention your new book is coming out. When will we see that out?
Yes. I am hoping, praying, the editors, it's all in their hand. Hopefully the end of this month. I hope it doesn't go to November, but confidentialcar.net is the website that you can sign up to get it released, and we hope for the best.
Perfect. Hey, Shahey, always great talking to you. Always, I love that we could sit crooked and talk straight about car care with Shahey of Mazvo. And all the information is on our website, and you can go over to mazvo.com to find out more about car safety and, of course, getting your car taken care of by Shahey. So there you go. And, of course, if you have any deer questions, he's the man to talk to.